What's good, y'all? So, we're just going to get straight into it today. I am on principle number 3 in my 3-part series of my 3 training principles: awareness, breath, and intention. So, today, we're going to be focusing on intention. So, without wasting time, intention is going to be the last principle, but not the least. And this is why. It is all about why you're training and how you're training. It is critical to your success. So, my training is largely based on efficiency, consistency, working smarter, not just harder. And that's also why I've gotten the results I've gotten aesthetically and athletically, and actually mentally as well. I want to focus on intention. So, intention, I'm backing up because I want you to see that I'm not wearing any shoes. I don't think you guys have ever seen me in a video wearing my shoes because I intentionally don't train or have full sessions with my shoes on if I can help it, or if I'm really well prepared. I'm going to take my socks off as well. Why? Because I want the sensory input from the environment so that my feet can take in feedback and send that up my spine, and so that my nervous system is receiving the best amount of proprioceptive feedback possible. This is also why when you train barefoot, and you scale up the right way, not just go full intensity, but when you're able to scale your way up barefoot, you're able to get rid of a lot of pain, especially lower back pain, a lot of knee pain, and a lot of people are able to alleviate those things just by training barefoot. Now, I don't just run around or walk around barefoot. I have a purpose with the way I train. So, intention is as simple as this: intention is the detail or the attention to detail within a movement. So, it's essentially how you squeeze out every ounce or every benefit of a movement. So I could take something as simple as, which I like to do, as say a push up or say a lunge. I can turn this lunge. The reason that I can only do this for 5 to 6 reps max is because of the intention behind the movement. It's not just about the amount of sets and reps. So essentially, all I'm doing here is in my back foot. If you notice, the heel of my back foot is pointed straight up towards the sky. Why? Because I want this weight on this back leg that if it was sunken, it would keep the weight on this back foot and this knee. I'm pushing it forward so that the weight can actually fall on this front leg, which is what I want to be taking on the majority of the load for that hip and glute region. And I'm going to keep my foot like that the entire time. That is a part of my intention as I go through the movement. This way, I feel the activation where I want it all through this lumbo-pelvic region, including my core. The same thing if I did it on that side. The intention is to keep that back heel pointed up at the sky, my torso slightly leaned over, not completely vertical, not completely bent over where it turns into an RDL or a hinge, but I'm sitting back into my hips. That is an example of proper intention. And when you implement a small detail like that into a movement, a basic movement, it becomes extremely potent, extremely potent. So I can take it into that. Or say I do a single leg stand. I'll just face you guys. Say I do a single leg stand. As you can notice, my leg is not just limp. I'm actually dorsiflexing the off leg to create tension throughout my entire chain. And not to mention my spinal alignment from the top of the crown of my head, I pull that up and away from my tailbone while sinking my tailbone down into the floor. And that should give you a good feel of what your core is supposed to be doing, as well as what proper and neutral alignment feels like. And you actually take that and carry it into every movement. So this is a prime example of why intention is so important. The same thing for a push-up. So I'm holding the mic in my hand, but just for a second, put that there. All I'm doing is setting my intention on going as slow as possible. And I stop right around 90 degrees because that's where I feel the most activation. I hold there for a quick isometric, and I come back up. This is why intention is so important, because it literally blends a movement and its benefits and 5 times it. So you can carry this into anything that you do. And also, this is for more of like a one-on-one personalized approach. If you needed help with that, you can also DM me on Instagram or my TikTok. You can drop it in the comments after you need help. I'll be glad to help you. But it really helps to have a coach guide you through that, like through the proper intentions and the right cueing that would help you squeeze every ounce of the benefits out of a movement. But you can even do this on your own. You just have to play around with the movement. This is something I wish I would have known earlier, as somebody who used to do countless reps of squats, push-ups, and lunges. But I used to just go through the reps mindlessly, not realizing or not dialing into every inch of the movement. And that's another thing, is you want to control every inch of the movement. If you can't control every inch of the movement, you haven't truly mastered it. So a few things or a few guidelines for intention. These are just spitballs for anybody who just kind of, I don't know you, but if you just wanted to throw it into a movement and try it out, like I said, you can try slow eccentrics. You can try isometrics, where or you can just do a slower. You can do both eccentric isometrics. So these are both great. Eccentric is essentially just a slow lowering, and isometric is when you actually hold it. And then an eccentric isometric is where you combine the two, get to the bottom, and you hold after a slow eccentric. So that too is going to be super powerful. If you implement these things the right way, these give you a great space to dial into certain details and cues that you would miss going too fast. So I'm going to always advise that when you're training, that you implement these, and that you just bring your mind and your body into the same space and make them present into your movement. So never sleep on principle number 3. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And if you really just, again, want some one-on-one personalized coaching, we can do that. Even if you just wanted some tips, you could just still watch my channel. Or, again, you can DM me and I can shoot you over some of those. But remember, guys, again, I'm just here to help you guys. And we're really here to help each other. So I really appreciate the love and support. And stay tuned.